There is an ocean cleanup technology. Most of it, I think, if you had looked on Google at some time or the other, there is an island of plastic. A whole island made only from plastic that we have thrown into rivers. So there is that ocean cleanup. Shanno Devirabhishtaya Apo Bhavantu Pitaye Shanyoravit Shravantunaha. My warmest greetings to every one of you, all protocols observed. We have spoken about the fire, and the other element is the earth. So today my topic is reverence for Mother Earth. Om ya arnave adhisilam agre asit yam maya bhi anvacharan manisihi sano bhumi tusham balam rashtre dadhatu utame. The earth was in a quasi-liquid state in the beginning of creation, surrounded as she was by water, ocean on all sides. This was followed by the divine forces coming into being, and she came to the present solid state. The earth is not just rock, stone, and dust. The earth is held together, and her various components do not fall apart. From rock to dust, every particle is held together. This earth was formed 4.5 billion years ago, being a rocky planet with a solid, dynamic surface of mountains, plains, and canyons. A major section of the earth holds 97% salt water, 2% frozen, and just 1% to sustain life on earth. What does Mother offer to us? Om yasyam apaha paricharha samanihi aho ratre apramadam sharanti sano bhumi bhuri dhara payaduham ato ukshato varchasa. The earth, whereupon the waters spread everywhere in the form of wells, lakes, and rivers, flow without cessation, everywhere, day and night. Let the earth with the abundant streams saturate us with grandeur. Mountains that receive the water and allows it to run down as rivers that provide water to civilizations as they pass through the land and run into tributaries to assist in irrigation, in farming. Om yasyam rikshaha vanaspatayah dhruvaha tishtati vishraha pridivim vishwadhaya samdritam accha vadamasi. The earth, on whom stands so much of vegetation, firmly rooted, resulting in countless trees. This earth holds all this without letting anything be destroyed. To that all-supporting earth, we address our praises. In the Gayatri Mantra, the first two words, Om Bhu, addresses God in the earth as the giver of life. Mother Earth has seeds embedded in her. She expresses plants from them and pushes them out into the air to become trees. Then she holds the roots firmly until their task is done. Some of the roots are edible, for example, carrots. She also has plants that are lying on her surface, for example, watermelon. Medicinal plants and herbs with curative powers also grow on her. Did you know that sand is used with other materials to make glass? Under the surface, she has deposits of oil, water, gases, gold, and many minerals, all of which man used to construct machinery, used in the process of manufacturing, cooking, creating jewels, and used as the basis for the monetary system, amongst many other uses. The solid surface, yena dyaur ugra prithivi chadridha. Due to its firmness, man has built dwellings, laid railway tracks, constructed roads, and built skyscrapers. Mother bears the weight of all. Indian classical dancers place their palms on the ground at the start of the performance to seek forgiveness in advance for stamping their feet on Mother Earth. Om yasyam utasindhuhu apaha yasyam anam krishtaya sanbhuvah yasyam idam jinvati pranat ejatsa nabhumihi purvapaye dadhatu. This earth, on whom rests the rivers, the oceans, the waters of wells and lakes, on whom grow grains and other agricultural produce, on whom exists all who breathe and move. Earth bears the weight of snow-capped mountains, glaciers, waterfalls, the onslaught of landing aircraft and spacecraft. She withstands the splits when there are earthquakes. Just as a mother tolerates the kicks of a sleeping child, Mother Earth bears all the precious on her. So we understand what Mother Earth is. What have we done with Mother Earth? Man lives comfortably on Earth, using the plains for agriculture, tree planting, building homes, and conducting daily lives. However, whilst doing this, man has cleared vast expanse of forests. 70 to 80% of tropical forest trees that absorb carbon dioxide have been removed. Cutting down forests on an industrial scale destroys giant trees, which takes in huge amounts of carbon dioxide. For greater comfort, man has used wood as fuel for manufacturing furniture, for making paper, in construction and in industries. The loss of trees has exposed the underlying layer of soil, losing humus, thereby resulting in less produce. It affects the ecosystem, causing irreversible damage at a rate to cause rainforests which may vanish in the next 10 years. A majority of animal and plant species may become extinct. Photosynthesis is hampered. Leaves are damaged, and the release of carbon dioxide is increased as reported by the Forest Declaration Assessment. The decrease of rainforests have seen a rise in temperatures and contributed to global warming, melting glaciers. According to the IPCC's report, a 3% increase in planetary warming will lead to 41% of mammals losing their habitat. The water cycle has been affected, leading to drought and desertification. Fresh water supplies are shrinking. Melting glaciers are raising sea levels. The water in the sea is becoming more acidic, and harvests are decreasing. Ocean trawlers haul out with their catch other marine creatures which are essential to the ecosystem, thus reducing carbon dioxide absorption. Carbon emissions, the atmosphere surrounding the earth is its protective coat. This too is being eroded. Global warming has become a buzzword. Gases expelled from motor vehicles and other transport, burning gasoline, factory release of chemicals, burning of garbage, wildfires, and generating electricity from coal all contribute to make the hole in the coat, and the ozone layer has been ruptured. Man suffers from lung cancer. Animals too have respiratory problems. Climate changes are clearly visible in its frequency and its destruction, namely the El Nino, the tornadoes, the snow in springtime, tidal waves, and recently the cyclones. Animal farming, I wish we had that picture because it's very expressive. 33 million square kilometers of land, which is the size of Africa, are used for livestock after depriving the land of millions of valuable trees. Livestock grazing, livestock to meat-based diet is a leading cause of deforestation. For every pound of meat, 55 square meters of rainforest is destroyed. Animal agriculture is responsible for more greenhouse emissions than the combined emissions of fumes from motor vehicles, all the systems of transport worldwide. Livestock and their byproducts account for at least 30 billion tons of carbon dioxide per year. Or said in another way, 51% of all worldwide emissions. Overpopulation. Over the last 200 years, the Earth's population has grown from less than 1 billion in the 1800s to 7.6 billion. There is a greater demand for Earth's resources, which is being strained by man's misuse. Mother Earth carries a much greater burden. Today we speak of reverence of Earth. It will take the form of restoring Mother Earth to her prime state. Umri bagarim pratim va vadami kshama bhumi brahmana vavritanam urja pushtam vibratim anabhagam kritam tva bishina dema bhumi. We say in this mantra, O Earth, I address you, whose treasures are worth investigating, whose virtues lie in forgiving of her caring children, who is flourishing by the blessings of the Supreme Being, who bears brilliance, nourishment as everybody's share of food and key. O Earth, we pray that we stay on you. In order to stay on this earth, we have to fix what's broke. We have to change how we get energy to limiting deforestation. So if we're looking at trees, what do? We have to plant trees as they absorb carbon dioxide and other pollutants in the air, reducing air pollution. I think all those who planted trees yesterday, a pat on your back, you're helping. These trees will provide shade and shelter, help to reduce the urban heat island effect and evaporation. Trees help to stabilize the soil and reduce soil erosion. The trees will provide an habitat for the wildlife, help to nourish biodiversity. Currently, we see monkeys moving into the residential areas simply because we have taken away their habitat. The Arya Samaj South Africa has commenced the planting of 450 fruit-bearing trees to commemorate the 150th anniversary of the Arya Samaj movement established by Swami Dayanand, the 200th birth anniversary of Swami Dayanand, and the 100th anniversary of Arya Samaj South Africa. So a total of 150, 200, and 100 to give us 450. This is just a start. In 2015, world leaders signed a major treaty called the Paris Agreement, with the aim to reduce greenhouse emissions, to increase the ability or the natural ability of forests and marine plants to absorb carbon dioxide. So you can look up the Paris Agreement and let's try and abide by that. In Rajasthan in India, to build a green lung for regenerative agriculture, build soil health, capture carbon dioxide, and store in the soil. So here we're looking at what other people are doing in different lands and see what we can emulate. Kunayaha people in Panama have successfully protected their rainforests from deforestation through a combination of traditional knowledge and modern conservation techniques. In Rotterdam, planting greenery on rooftops can help cities, as demonstrated in the Rotterdam Rooftop Walk initiative. The city hopes to green over 900,000 square meters of rooftops. Green rooftops can reduce temperatures in the city to up to 15%. This is according to the United States Environmental Protection Agency. In Medellin, that is in Colombia, thousands of indigenous trees have been planted along the streets to create a network of 30 shady routes known as the green corridors to fight heat waves. Conventional glass production is carbon heavy. Transparent wood, a new material using the balsa tree, is a sustainable alternative that's also 5 times more thermally efficient than glass. Then Sydney, they have a tree plan. There is a plan to increase the tree canopy, an area covering 1.3 million hectares around Australia's capital city, by planting 5 million trees by 2030. Regenerative farming. In Burundi, the communities living in extreme poverty used to overuse the natural resources. Anisette explained that the Plant with a Purpose campaign was started. Regenerative farming restores the health of the soil, reversing environmental damage. This practice works to build soil fertility, increase biodiversity, and reduce the use of fertilizers and pesticides. Regenerative farming also works to improve water retention and reduce water runoff, which can help prevent soil erosion and improve water quality. Through the use of cover crops, that is, ground cover, and crop rotation, there is an increase in organic matter and a promotion of healthy microbial activity in the soil. Insects, birds, and other wildlife frequent the foliage. This creates a more balanced ecosystem. The oceans also absorb large amounts of carbon dioxide. Individual people of Canada, Arctic, have developed a sustainable policy that allows them to harvest fish while also protecting fish stocks. It is the application of the mantra, partly, Tiena tak tiena bhunjita. Greater control of fishing and supporting Greenpeace will assist in saving the sea's ecosystem. Fossil fuels, all countries need to move their economies away from fossil fuels as soon as possible. They have to invest in renewable energy, use solar power, and increase in use of electrical motor vehicles, minimizing air travel, avoiding gas heaters and heat pumps, opting to insulate walls and ceilings that help to keep the homes warm, will reduce the need for fossil fuels. Climate Justice Charter Movement held a youth dialogue on the 16th of June 2023 and came up with the following recommendations. Ban trophy hunting. Create new national parks. Build eco-social housing, parks and gardens. Rejection on the reliance of fossil fuel. Public transport versus cars with no passengers. And of course, forest management. We also need to control our waste management, to reduce, to reuse, to recycle. We can turn plastic that is already in existence into usable objects. For example, making pot plants, making furniture, making bags, creating walls. A few new developments in the world thus far. There is an ocean cleanup technology. Most of it, I think, if you had looked on Google at some time or the other, there is an island of plastic. A whole island made only from plastic that we have thrown into rivers. So there is that ocean cleanup. The inceptor barrier is machinery that blocks the plastic from entering into the sea. So it's towards the river mouth where it holds all the plastic back. Then there is lunar landscaping in the deserts where there are huge holes dug to allow for water to collect. And in these holes, the plantation is done, and then you'll be able to see the greenery from there. Reforestation pictures, I'm so sorry you aren't able to see it. Before, it's all brown, and after planting the trees, there is greenery. Then we've got 3D printed houses where it is constructed using less cement, which gives off fumes that are not too good for us. Then we've got the mycelium, mushroom mycelium. The roots of mycelium is a material that is used to construct houses, and these houses are so strong that they are able to protect you. Then we also have the Renko structural building system. It's a new way to build 23 times stronger than concrete, less expensive, and finished in a fraction of time. The molded bricks that interlock like Lego bricks create entire structures. Renko, that is short for renewable composite, weaves together recycled glass fibers, recycled plastic, resin, and stone into a powerful new material that's rated to withstand a Category 5 hurricane. Alternative to plastics, we can use jute, silk, wood, mohair, cotton, flax, linen, wool, bamboo, milk, kenaf. And when we are building, when we are wrapping our gifts, instead of using plastic, let us use beeswax wrap. The water, presently we take it directly from our reservoirs, use it and pass it down as waste. But the water can be channeled into different places where they can be reused and reused and reused. This is something new I haven't seen, but I hope it's going to come. So instead of water like this in a plastic, the water is going to come as little orbs, like we get the, I don't know, in Hindi, when we were children, we used to call them jubjubs. Right? The little orbs, they are water orbs. So we don't have to have the plastic. The designing of the future green buildings, here where there are many stories of the buildings. On each level, on each balcony, there is greenery throughout. So that also is a biophilic design. It approaches to seek to connect people with nature, first of all, incorporating natural elements into built environment, and it can create green roofs, living walls, natural light, indoor plants. So biophilic design has been shown to improve human health and well-being. It increases productivity, reduces stress, while also providing the environmental benefits such as improving air quality and reduced energy consumption. So I've given you many ideas, and let's see what we can put into practice and that we can save the earth. So in Michael Jackson's words, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. Can I end up with that? Namaste.